topic, y'all. I want to just talk a little bit about, my single journey. Y'all, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I don't really know why I'm embarrassed because it's my story. But I haven't had a boyfriend since high school, so I haven't had a boyfriend, in my adult age. I'm 37 years old, and I've, had dating relationships, but it's just never, being where I, dated a guy that wanted to commit. It's been kind of a struggle with that, and I don't know if any of y'all single ladies can relate to that, but, it's just been kind of a struggle with dating. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Taisha Shankle, and I do faith-based baking and lifestyle content here on YouTube. I want to welcome back all those who are returning. I want to welcome those who are new. I appreciate y'all for checking out my channel and just coming and having a good time with us. And in today's video, y'all, I'm so excited about this series. This will be my single women series. It's called It's Just My Point of View, the single women series. Y'all, I want to do this series because I am a single woman, so obviously I want to encourage single women and just encourage them to not be down about not being married. I'm not excluding married women. If y'all want to tune into my videos and just give y'all opinions on when y'all was single, y'all more than welcome to. But y'all, I really truly want to do this video to encourage single women, and it's not going to be male bashing series or anything like that. I just want to be an encouragement to women, because I feel like that's one the gifts that I have is that I'm an encourager, and so I just want to be an encouragement to all single women and just encourage y'all in the Lord. But yeah, I was just trying to struggling how I wanted to do this series, how I wanted it to be. And I definitely want it to be conversational and just like girl chat, girl talk. I don't want it to be super, like stuck up or anything like that, because I really truly, believe in this topic. But y'all, this is kind of like my journals of being a single woman. I want to kind of talk about, just like my struggles of being a single woman and just certain things that, I find out about myself during my single journey. And so I just really hope that y'all will sit back and enjoy this video and enjoy this journey with me, because I really feel I'm excited about it, and I hope that y'all are too. And y'all, it'll be different topics each week that I'll do, but the first topic is making myself too available. But before I get to the topic, y'all, I want to just talk a little bit about my single journey. Y'all, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I don't really know why I'm embarrassed because it's my story. But I haven't had a boyfriend since high school, so I haven't had a boyfriend in my adult age. I'm 37 years old, and I've had dating relationships, but it's just never being where I dated a guy that wanted to commit. And so it's been kind of a struggle with that, and I don't know if any of y'all single ladies can relate to that, but it's just been kind of a struggle with dating, because you encounter men that don't want to commit. But I just, in that I just discovered certain things about myself and just certain things that I needed to, just change about myself to, help me to move better in dating situations. But yeah, I haven't had a boyfriend as an adult. I've had dating relationships. I've had situationships. Y'all know what that means, so I don't have to explain that. But I definitely, have been disappointed in myself that I allowed myself to get into situationships. However, I want to say this though, I have been celibate for 10 years. So actually, y'all, this month, September, is the 10th year. So it was September of 2015 when I became celibate. And so yeah, y'all, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna give myself a little dance. I'm just so excited about that. I'm so proud of myself that I really truly gave my body back to the Lord and just really made sure that I took my celibacy journey serious. But yeah, I definitely, and I talked about it in one of my other videos of my celibacy journey, and just like how I got started being celibate. But I will definitely link that video in here so that y'all can go check it out. But in 2015, I was dating this guy, and he did something stupid, and so we stopped talking. And I was standing at the foot of the bed one day ironing my clothes for work, and I just asked the Lord, like, why do I keep encountering the same men? Why do I keep, encountering men that just don't want to act right? And he definitely gave me an answer. It was an answer that I expected. Of course, I know that I'm not supposed to be, partaking in premarital sex, but I just wasn't expecting that. And when you hear from the Lord, like, it's him. Like when people say you know. So I'm telling y'all, when you know it was from the Lord. So I know that it was from the Lord. And so I said, okay, Lord, I asked you a question, so I need to be prepared for the answer. I need to be prepared, to do whatever it is that you said, because I shouldn't ask questions. So anyway, that's how I became celibate. So from then on, I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. I need to be celibate. So that's what I started doing, and it just helped me to grow closer to the Lord. But like I said, y'all go check out that video. I think it's called My Celibacy Journey, and it's also talking about 3 things that I do to put God first. But yeah, I just absolutely love to tell that story, because it just shaped me to be who I am, and just growing in who I am. Y'all, it definitely has changed me and transformed me so much, and I just love to tell that story, and I just love to tell my story, because things happen in our lives for a reason, and we definitely need to make sure that we share it with others, tell our testimony, tell our story, so they can encourage someone else to, in their journey, and it just can make things easier for people. So, but yeah, I just and like y'all, I love to write stuff down, and so a few years ago, it might have been about 3 years ago, when I dated the last guy that I dated, and so I just kind of did like a journal. And so something that I really feel like, y'all, that we are supposed to, whenever we go through tough situations, we're supposed to learn from those situations, because those situations don't just happen just to happen. Like, God is always doing things for a purpose, and there's always a purpose to something. Even if it feel like it might be bad to us, there's always a purpose. Yeah, I always used to feel like this. If I get into a dating relationship and it doesn't work out, and it doesn't end into a relationship and marriage, I always think of it as, a waste of time. But I just had to realize that it's not a waste of time. It's a learning moment for me, and so that's what I tried to do. And so that's why I started writing down this stuff and just different topics. And I just wrote down different things where I felt like I made myself, too available to the guy that I was dating, and just different things I feel like, not necessarily that I did wrong, but just things that I can improve in. So I'm gonna read y'all from my diary. Y'all, it's written in this notebook, and I talked about this notebook in my fasting diaries. But yeah, y'all, I absolutely love to write, but I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna read from my diary. Just read from y'all what I wrote down, pouring in my heart, y'all. And I titled it, Making Myself Too Available. It says, I made myself too available, thinking that it would show the guy that I was interested in him, and that it would make him want to commit. Y'all, making yourself too available, it's not a good thing. And it's not about playing games. It's like, oh, I want to hang out with him, but I'm not going to hang out with him because I'm trying to make myself too available. It's not about playing games, but it's just about having some standards and just, creating your own lane, and not be just sitting waiting on a man to call you, after he get off of work or whatever it is, and you're just sitting by the phone waiting. I just felt myself doing that a lot in my last dating relationship, just sitting by the phone waiting for him to call me. And I just didn't like that. And it says, although my efforts were genuine, because I definitely wanted him to know that, I was interested in that, I wanted to spend time with him. But it says, although my efforts were genuine, because I was being myself, it still brought me hurt, because all it did was make me become more attached to the guy. It made me just, want to just be closer to him, when I just made myself too available. And I'm like, okay, why am I sitting here, waiting for this man to call me? Why am I, like, anytime he wants to see me, I'm allowing him to see me? Now, of course, it wasn't all time of night or anything like that. Now, that's how I used to be a long time ago. I used to, go out the house all time of night when a guy called me. But definitely this like 3 years ago, I was over doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely I wasn't doing that. But just like anytime he called me, I was available to talk on the phone. And I just made myself too available. And it was just something that the Lord helped me to realize after that situation, that I was just making myself too available, and I didn't like that. It gave me false hope, having me to think that just because like he was spending a lot of time with me, that it was going to lead to a commitment. And if I was making myself super available to him and available to him all the time, that would make him, want to be in a relationship. It would make him want to commit. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever been in that situation where you made yourself too available, thinking that it was going to make the man be more attracted to you, or make him, want to commit because you were making yourself readily available for him. But it's definitely something that I realized that it's not a good thing. But I also realized that the reason why I was making myself so available is because I was really doing nothing but just sitting around waiting for him to call me, just sitting around watching TV. I didn't really have a purpose. I really wasn't doing anything. I didn't really have any hobbies or anything that would keep me busy and occupied to where I wasn't always waiting on him. But y'all, there's a little segment in here that I want to do. It's called "What Can I Do Differently?" And y'all, this is what I wrote down. It says, make sure that I have a life of my own and not have a clear schedule all the time. Making sure that I have a life of my own and not having a clear schedule all the time, y'all. That is something that I absolutely learned. Making sure that I have my own hobbies, own things that I'm doing, because I don't want to just put all my time into a man. I don't want to just make myself too available to him. Y'all, that's why I'm encouraging y'all. Don't make yourself too available. Like, find you some hobbies, find you some things that you can do to where you can have your own life and not just sitting there waiting on a man to call you, sitting by the phone waiting on him to call you. Make sure that even if I want to see him, don't always be available. Let him chase y'all. Men are supposed to chase us. We're not supposed to chase them. We're not supposed to make ourselves too available to them to where they can just have access to us whenever they want to and on their own time, because it is our time too, y'all. So we just definitely need to be more conscious of that. I need to be more conscious of that. I can't tell y'all what to do, but these are just some things that I've learned about myself in these dating relationships, and just certain things that I didn't like, that I made myself too available. But y'all comment down below, because I want to hear from y'all. Like, have y'all ever made yourself too available to a guy and you didn't realize it until after the situation was over? But y'all, what do y'all think about this topic of making yourself too available? Like, what do y'all think about it? I didn't like that about myself, so I just need to make sure that I have things that I'm doing to where I don't make a man be like my center focus. Really, in the future, not gonna make myself too available. I'm not gonna play any games, because I'm not about playing games when I'm dating, because I'm dating with a purpose, because I want to be married. But y'all, like I said, y'all just comment down below, tell me what y'all think about this topic of making yourself too available. Y'all, this was just the first video in this series of It's Just My Point of View, a single women series. So y'all, hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that y'all was encouraged by it. Y'all, just think about it, y'all. Making yourself too available is not going to make the man want you even more. It's just going to make him feel like he can just have access to you whenever he wants to. And so he'll feel like he's in control. And really, we're in control of our own lives, y'all. But y'all, I really truly pray that this video has blessed y'all, because it has blessed me talking about it, y'all. I love y'all, and Jesus love y'all as well. Bye. I'll see y'all next time.